everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna and this is For Pause and a Book. I make book and lifestyle related content, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I want to read in the month of December. We've made it to the end of 2022. That still feels very weird to say. It's been an extremely long year. It's been a very busy year too, right? It's just one of those things that I look back on things that I did in January and February and I'm like, oh, that was this year. So anyways, this is not the time to reminisce on 2022, but it is the time to talk about the books that I want to read in December. I did talk about in November that was going to be my last categories round. This is I'm not playing a game for this because I have way too many books that I need to read before the end of the year for projects and things like that. So we're just going to talk about the books that I want to read and some upcoming plans for videos and things like that. I'm going to give you some sneak peeks. The first thing that we need to do is pick a book from my water bowl. Now, my top tier patrons get to pick books for me to read, and I put them in the water bowl and I pick one out. They can be either books that they think that I will like, or they can torture me. I've given them full reign. There are no rules. It doesn't have to be books I own. It doesn't have to be anything. So, so we're gonna see. This could be just completely chaos. Complete chaos. All right, we're gonna pick this one. Okay, we have A Half-Built Garden. I don't remember the author's name, but that was from Margaret. Hold on, let me find that book. Okay, A Half-Built Garden by Ruthanna Emrys. I already did own this. I don't know what this is about, so let's figure it out. On a warm March night in 2083, Judy Wallach-Stevens wakes to a warning of unknown pollutants in the Chesapeake Bay. She heads out to check what she expects is to be a false alarm and stumbles upon the first alien visitors to Earth. These aliens have crossed the galaxy to save humanity, convinced that the people of Earth must leave their ecologically ravaged planet behind and join them among the stars. And if humanity doesn't agree, they may need to be saved by force. Okay. Sci-fi, dystopian, we love it. I will probably be taking December and January to read this just because I have so much on my TBR. And then we'll pick a new one in February. Unless I do read this one in December and it somehow fits in and then I'll pick a new one in January. And there are no rules, it's fine. This one is the first book added to the TBR. There are two readathons that I'm definitely participating in December. The first is obviously Rom-Comathon because I'm hosting that. It's just a weekend. It's happening from December 9th to December 11th. We're starting at midnight Berlin time and ending midnight Mountain time because that spans the range of the co-hosts. So technically for me, it's starting Thursday night at like 4 p.m. So that's fantastic. So I'll definitely be reading A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. This is the group book that we're reading for that weekend. And this is about an adult film star that I don't know if it's accidentally or trying to like revive her reputation or something. She gets cast in a Hallmark film. And then there's gonna be a romance with her and like the other lead who like she had a crush on earlier in life. So maybe a little second chance romance. I don't really know, but it sounds interesting because Julie Murphy writes either YA or closed door romances and Sierra Simone does not. She writes very steamy books. I'll also be reading Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. This is the author who wrote The Charm Offensive, and that was one of my favorite books of last year, I think. See, years are going by way too fast. This is a sapphic romance, and I think there's like a fake engagement, but then she actually falls in love with her fake fiance's sister, something like that, which sounds like a ton of fun. So those are the two books that I'll definitely be reading during Rom-Comathon. We might pick up a third. I don't know. We'll see what's on Kindle Unlimited. There's some really cute holiday romances on there that I've just kind of saved. And then the other readathon that I want to do is the Eras readathon that is hosted by Margaret over at The Word Nerd. I will leave her link and the announcement video for that down below. It's fantastic. Essentially what you're doing is making a set list from all of Taylor Swift's songs, basically picking songs from each album that would go on a set list for like, you know, in honor of the tour. I think I'll probably do a separate TBR for that video since there's like potentially 13 different books and we're not going to talk about that. And also I haven't finished working on it, but that one doesn't start until December 13th. It runs from the 13th to the 26th, 13 days. Get it? It makes sense, okay? Now let's talk about video projects that I will need to read books for, because it's a lot. As you might know, I am reading the books for the Goodreads Choice Awards romance nominees. The idea is to get all 20 of them. I don't know that that will actually happen because a couple of them are like second or third in a series, and so if they don't make the top 10, I may not read them. We'll see. But some potential options. We have Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Twisted Hate, I think that's Anna Huang, but I'm not sure. Do I know what either of those are? No, I do not. Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. This I think is a second chance romance, or like a meeting again after 10 years type of romance. So this one actually seems interesting. I know a lot of people were talking about this one over the summer. We have The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, which I'm very interested in this one because I've heard a lot of good things about it, although Catherine Center normally writes more women's fiction. So we'll see how this one goes. But this is about a female bodyguard, if I am not mistaken. So it's a nice gender bent look on that trope. But bodyguard romances are some of my favorite. Another nominee was Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This has been everywhere on TikTok, but I'm not really sure what it's about. I'm not really sure. You'll have to check my Goodreads video for that. That's coming out after the finalists are announced. And then lastly, Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. A lot of my friends have been recently reading this one, so I'm actually really excited about this. I've heard some really good things, so hopefully this one's good. You will be seeing my first Spiffbo blog, which is the self-published fantasy blog off. If you want to hear me talk about that, I've got my video up there. I'm going to be doing the first vlog the first week of January, which means I do have to read the first 2 books in December. So the first 2 will be Scales and Sensibility by Stephanie Burgess. This is a Regency rom-com with dragons. Very excited about this one. And then we have Fire of the Forebears by L.A. Bach. This is more of the classic fantasy. You've got a son of a king, daughter of a deserter, fulfilling destiny, legacy, family legacies, all that kind of thing. This one I think I predicted to be number 5 or number 6, and this one was number 10. So we'll see how that goes. I have all of them in a cup, and I'm randomly picking out 2 for each for the vlog. So that way it's just completely random. But those will be the first 2 that I will be reading. That video is going to come out, I think, the first week of January. And then I will be doing 2 Can I Trust My BookTube Friends videos in December. I wanted to get one out in November, and that just didn't happen. So we're doing 2 in December so I can get them out, before the end of the year. I'm not going to tell you what books they are, but they are these 3 books and these 3 books. And that's all you're going to know. One of them is obviously a little bit bigger than the other. One of them should be absolutely no problem. They're shorter books. One of them has a big chunky book in it. So that's fun. That was my chaotic December TBR. More like a might be read. I have no clue what's going on in December. I'm very overwhelmed, if you couldn't tell. There's a lot that I have to get done before the end of the year. I'm actually probably missing books, honestly. But let me know down in the comments what you are reading for December. Do you like to finish out series? Do you like to just wrap everything up at the end of the year? I think that's my problem, right? I'm trying to wrap up so many projects, so many things that I had going on. And it's oh my gosh, I only have 31 more days to do that. So that's what's stressing me out a little bit. So anyways, that is all I have for you today. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little red button that you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, the links to my Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.